And the reason I wanted to look at this is it's like I felt like I didn't know how to push my advantage enough, if that makes sense. Even though we were ahead,
Yeah, I got you.
and so it's like a little different than what we normally do, where I show you like the dumbest, worst game I have, and you just tell me how bad it is. So this is kind of like I want to know what more I could be doing to push my advantage when it is going well. To get that.
Yeah, I got you. Alright, so I have it downloaded. Sharing screen before I forget, lol.
Wow, you remembered this time.
Yeah. I had a student where I went 15 minutes into the lesson and he didn't know I was sharing my screen, so he's just kind of like, what the fuck is happening? But good thing I record my lessons so he could go back and watch it.
So you'd be like, yeah, you shouldn't have gone here, and he's just like,
Yeah.
What part of the replay are you at?
Yeah, I've had that. Like, what second are you? Good, you use your fucking quick buy. That was a really good block.
Let's not look at that. You know what, actually, could we do, like, maybe towards the end of this lesson, I know it sounds stupid, but maybe a lesson on creep blocking and tricks of that?
Yeah, I could just go through it.
I'm no good at it.
I could tell you what I do. It might be different than what you do, but right here, you should be pulling it back to your hill. Just because, like, if he doesn't also do it, that means he's kind of fucked. So it's like, if you do it, it's good. And if he does it, it balances out. But if you do it and he doesn't, he's just fucked. Because the creeps will be right here, and if the problem with if it's over here, then you can be in this space and get your last hits. And if he goes up for last hits, he goes into your tiny ass 225 cast range, and you can imprison him. That was decent. I usually, it ended up working. When I think of when to prison, it's when in the next 4 seconds, I'll be able to get at least 2 last hits or denies, which ended up working there. That's just kind of like how I value it.
Oh, so you like try to splash it or whatever?
No, it's, I want to make him imprisoned while I get 1 last hit and 1 deny. It doesn't have to... I don't care about it doing damage to the creeps. I'd actually prefer it not to. But, like, right here, if you imprison him, you can deny this and then get this last hit while he's under. So instead of having 1 thing uncontestable, you have 2 that are uncontestable. See, like, right here, that didn't do anything.
Right.
Kind of, like, fucked you over a little bit. And that's not worth it. You don't really want to go for the range deny unless you have the range to be outside of the tower range. Because right here, you're taking, like, 200 damage that you don't need to be taking. Or it was more like 170, or 140, I mean. See, again, if you want to aim it for 2, it's a lot better. And that's how you, like, dominate the lane as this guy.
And then this, I didn't see any supports on the mini-map, and I was just spooked, so I backed up.
Yeah, I got you. I don't really like the second null. Like, you can get last hits with, like, no damage just by imprisoning him well. So, like, the first one's fine, but I'd rather see you getting your treads sooner. Because that treads essentially gives you, like, the same as a null talisman. Like, when you go from boots and a glove to treads, it's the same cost as... does that... I don't know if I'm wording that right, and I don't know how to word it from here. Does that make sense?
I think what you're trying to say is, you know, a null tally, I think it costs like 470 or 480 or something.
It's about it's about the same as one of the components of your treads. So you can like just get your treads sooner, and that's better than having a null talisman, and then you're not like sitting on 2 null talismans the whole game.
Right.
And it's like the first one definitely gives you a lot more value than the second one, because like you have it for the first 3 minutes of the game, whereas the second one you only have like you don't have it for the first 3 minutes, which is where you get most of the value. So it's kind of like, not only are you taking up a slot that you don't really want to be taking up, you're also delaying your items, and you're not getting the full use out of a null talisman. Unless you upgrade it to Veil, which is fucking retarded.
Right.
This is good.
Easy gold.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck are you kids doing? When you see, see 2 supports, in your lane, you don't really want to be running up to do that. Not even so much because, like, you can get, they can go on you there. It's also, when you don't have your Imprison, you're a lot easier to gank. So as a position 4, I usually wait until he uses his Imprison to go on him, because that's a very, very good utility tool. And like, if somebody just fucking runs up to you, you can be like, alright, well that's nice, you're just disabled for 4 seconds, good job. Or, like, if he cold snaps you under your tower, you can just imprison yourself, and it's like, what are they gonna do, stay under the tower for 4 seconds? So it's like, it's a really good defensive / utility tool. So when they've shown a lot of people mid, you don't want to be using it aggressively like that. They don't punish you for it. Actually, yeah, they do. Lol. Also, you end up going the Staff of Wizardry before you go the Ring of Regen. I don't like that so much, because the Ring of Regen allows you to jungle, whereas the Staff of Wizardry, like, makes you do, like, a bit more damage, but, like, you can't jungle with a Staff of Wizardry. Also, a thing to consider is you could even be going a Wraith Band instead of the Null Talisman, because it goes into your Hurricane Pike eventually. So it gives you a little bit of damage, it gives you a little bit of armor, and it gives you a little bit of attack speed, which gives you more intelligence. But it actually is used in your next item, which is the Hurricane Pike. Lol. 5-man ganked?
Yeah, I know.
Get good, dude. Why didn't you just fucking kill all of them?
Game was hard.
And you shouldn't have gotten the second point in this. It's like, it's dumb. This is, you want this maxed, like, pretty bad. Because it gives you the bonus mana, the bonus base mana and the restored mana. Like with a level 4 of this, you need 1,000 mana to spam the level 1 of this. But because you don't, and it's basically when you have this maxed, your spell has to be less than 10% of your mana pool. So by not having this maxed and having a point in this, you can't spam this, and you also can't spam this. But if you had this maxed, you could spam both of these, because this will be less than 10%, so you'll be able to regenerate mana off of this while only losing a little bit off of this.
Right. I don't know why I did that. I must have just absent-minded.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the... That's kind of what all of the replays are. Just absent-minded. I really hope you get another pair of boots.
No.
And with Odie, you don't really want to be looking for kills too early. Like, you're much stronger with, like, 6,000 gold on top of yourself right now, with, like, a Blink and a Hurricane Pike. Because you just fucking shit on people at that point. So, like, if you got a Ring of Regen and just went and did these 2 camps with, you should have 3 points in this right now. And then you can, like, start jungling with it. And you'll have this maxed, and you have a ton of damage. Raffle Lamau?
I don't know why he went back.
You should have been on fucking strength treads. You lived by, like, the skin on your dick. And then you go Staff of Wizardry. I think you value intelligence way too much. It's like, after you get to the point where you can spam your stuff, like, you're more looking to get intelligence off of people rather than build it on yourself. Like, yeah, Scythe of Vice is nice for the damage, but you don't get it for the damage off of the intelligence. You get it because you get more intelligence, or you get about the same amount of intelligence off of Scythe of Vice by being able to right-click somebody for 3.5 seconds, or as opposed to the inherent stats. Like, what does this provide you? What has this provided you since you've got it? The Staff of Wizardry.
Right, not much. I'd rather be full health with a Ring of Health right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, even in a fight, I think a Ring of Health ends up doing more. Just because it'll give you, like, an extra, like, 75, 100 health, or whatever. And then, I don't like having this max too early. Like, this is your farming tool.
Okay, so it sounds like my approach to this is just kind of wrong in general.
Yeah.
So, like, do you kind of just want to, like, farm jungle with this guy, like, in this stage of the game?
It kind of depends on a lot of different factors, and I don't play him a bunch, and I haven't seen him a bunch, so I'm not 100% confident in my answer, but I think it's something like, if you can dominate the lane, which you oftentimes can, but you can't always, you want to do that, but, also, you can farm like a fucking beast with this guy. You can, if you have this maxed, you can attack one of the creeps, imprison it, attack all of the other ones, and then walk away, and then it'll blow up while you're, like, right here. You'll get all of the farm, and then you can go do these while the Invoker's stuck under his tower, and then come back and do it again.
Right.
And that'll get you to your items that matter. Because your Hurricane Pike makes you fucking stupid strong, because each one of your attacks hits like a truck, and it steals intelligence, and Hurricane Pike just lets you do that 4 times for free. And it's like, nobody can deal with you if you have a Hurricane Pike. Also, I don't like that you bought the Wraith Band already. I would have rather seen you get the Dragon Lance first, and then kept the Wraith Band as an option for buying out. Because, like, right now is probably the only time that you'll be able to buy out. Or it's just, if you have the Wraith Band at the end, you're basically guaranteed to be able to buy out most all of your gold. Plus, a Dragon Lance is better than a Null Talisman, so if you have to, like, if you die and you go back to base, you'll be able to have the Dragon Lance. Whereas you might have to go back to base now and only end up with, like, a Wraith Band and an Ogre Axe. So it's like a tiny little mistake, but it doesn't matter, like, at all, but still it's min-maxing. There's no reason not to. Like, if you went Dragonlance first, you could have put it on the courier while this guy flew it out, and then you'd end up with a Dragonlance in your inventory instead of waiting for your Hurricane Pike.
Right.
And you're that was horrible. Axe could have called you. But you're.
Wait, can you back it up?
Yeah. Like if the Axe has a blink
shit,
dagger.
You're right.
Oh, he got shit on. But if he had a blink dagger, and he very well could have been like right here, he could have got you. Because
we could have TP'd out and just.
Yeah.
You know, dived like a moron, and it would have worked even.
Yeah, like there's no point of you just not like force staffing up here. It's like these types of plays will very often just lose you a game. Because it's like you guys have a huge ass lead and you just did some risky ass shit that gave them an opportunity to come back.
Right.
And you're kind of being a little bit inefficient with it. How you want it, like you want to imprison this guy. Or at least like you want to attack like one other dude, let these creeps do like a little bit of damage on this guy, and you like attack one of the or all these guys once. So you only have to really swing 4 times to kill off this creep wave, but you end up doing it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess you don't have the damage yet to do it. But that's how you want to do it when you get. I think you need like 5 more intelligence to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't have. You don't have this fucking maxed. That's why.
Oh, that's right. So that's interesting. I've never really viewed it as like maxing it as like a farming tool.
Yeah, it's a really good nuke. It's 325 damage, and it's essentially 0 mana. Because you just get it back. And its cooldown's only 10 seconds, so it's half the cooldown, twice the damage almost. The cast range goes up. Here you... Okay, how do we... So, one of the important things is knowing that you have a blink dagger on the way. So you need to throw something out of your inventory, because you getting that blink and being able to instantly blink is very fight changing. So like if you have a blink like right now, you can attack this guy, you get hexed or whatever, you can imprison yourself right here and blink out if you moved your TP to your inventory. And then you'd still have your Hurricane Pike, and you'd still have the combat potential.
Right.
And that was a questionable ult, but...
I think it was worse than questionable.
I get paid for this, so I have to be nice, Kappa. It's never stopped me before. So, what I'm looking at in these team fights are, you win the team fight if you imprison the Axe or whoever he calls, right?
Mm-hmm. So,
you should be kind of sitting back until the Axe shows up. The only way you really die is, unless you get, like, 4-manned with these guys, and, like, fingered also. The Axe is the main reason that, or the main way that they win team fights. Because an Axe call will end up into a Earth Spike, into a telekinesis, and you guys are just kind of like fucked if it goes correctly. Like you could have imprisoned her. Or him. I think imprisoning her would have been best here. Because...
Right.
If the Axe stays, you can kill him before she respawns. And if it's just the Invoker, you two can fight the Invoker. With the Luna and probably kill him. Lol, got him.
She haunted out there. That's what happened.
I don't mind you going sheep, but I think I would rather have seen you go BKB.
Right.
And I haven't seen you defensively imprison any of your teammates so far. I don't think. And like you can kind of see that you can kind of see your defensive imprisons as kind of like a pseudo taunt disable. Cuz it's like either you saved your teammate or this guy's going to fucking sit here for 4 seconds letting you beat the shit out of him.
Right.
And like here, I don't think she's not BKB during this call. Oh, you're also called. Never mind. Lol. Does he have like a half level in finger? That did no damage.
He should have it level 2 at this point.
Should but doesn't. But yeah, did that help? Does that?
Yeah. So what do you think were like the main takeaways here? I think the biggest one was that I need to be using that defensively.
You need to be using this defensively. You need to be using it for farming. Getting this maxed is very important. I don't really like the second null. I don't like you going Mystic Staff before Ring of Health. You didn't jungle at all. You looked to fight when you like only had treads. Like if a fight shows up, if you have like a TP and they're like diving under your tower, yeah, you can be fucking amazing because you imprison your teammate and just kill the enemy. But you don't really want to like walk from here to here when a fight's going on, and that's kind of like what you were looking to do. But yeah, I think
so.
Those.
Let me just run through like my reasoning behind that, and you can comment on why I was wrong. I guess was I was looking. We were looking at their lineup, right? They have a Spectre and an Invoker. Like we wanted to end this game before 30 minutes, which we did.
Yeah.
And so the reason why I took that approach is I was like, okay, if I go BKB or I just sit back in the jungle, then it's going to prolong the game, which will make it harder to win. What's wrong with that?
I'm going to show you the blocking. Basically, you have your right click, auto right click, and then you spam the stop key. So I'm holding my right finger down on my right hand, and then I'm just spamming S, and this is a really good way to block. I don't know if that's what you do also. I don't know where these creeps spawn.
It sounds like you're hitting it a lot more than I am, actually. So we can just hop in real quick and try this. So
this is kind of like here. You can just put an axe where the creeps spawn, and that'll give you more room to block it. But yeah, you want the auto clicker is really good for it, and then spamming your S is basically how you do it. And you usually want the range creep to go first, so if he goes to the side, it's pretty good. Does that help?
I think I should just like do 10 minutes of creep blocking before
Yeah, just
I play
do
my
this.
first game of the day.
Do / create hero axe, and then it spawns you an axe. Give them a bunch of tomes, give them a bunch of hearts, and then just sit them right here, so that you have from here to here to block the creeps instead of it being like right here. So it'll give you more space. But what were we saying? Oh, the jungling thing. So my thing with that is, what are they gonna do if you get a Hurricane Pike, Blink Dagger, and then push?
Right.
Basically, you playing greedy early allows you to play aggressive earlier. So like you probably would have got your Blink Hurricane Pike at 18 minutes instead of 22 minutes or something like that if you farmed. And these guys can be aggressive without you. And it's kind of like, this guy needs like 25, 35 minutes before he comes online, no matter how well his game's going. And Invoker wants his Ags plus like 1 or 2 items, and you're not really going to stop him from getting his Ags before you push high ground, so you're not really concerned with that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so I mean, you can't really stop Invoker from taking off unless you, like, rotate half your fucking team, and is that even worth it?
Yeah.
He'll just farm it once he gets Midas anyways, once he does eventually complete it.
Exactly. It's just like, be greedier early so that you can be more aggressive sooner. And it's like, when you're looking around with fucking just treads, it's like, how useful are you going to be with your, like, level 2 in prison all the way on the other side of the map?
Right.
Whereas you could just be farming, getting 300 more, or like 200, 150 more GPM for the first, like 7 to 12 minutes, and then turn that into an item that gets you kills, and like, it's basically like, in the vein of an AM trying to like fight when he gets a Battle Fury. It's like, no, just farm up some more, get your Manta, and then you can be helpful. And OD is kind of like, yeah, you were shitting on these guys, and you want to keep them down, and you want to end before they're big, but like, you can do that better if you're just a little bit greedier early, and then push it. Because like, when all you have is this, you might be ahead of the Invoker, but like, not really by too much, because you don't have anything finished yet. But when you start finishing stuff, that's when you start really getting an impact. Like, Invoker was about as strong from 12 minutes to like 20 minutes. That's when he got his Ags, and he got his fucking boots at 12 minutes. So for 8 minutes, he was the same strength. So you're not really worried about,
Wait, what? That guy's nickname? You have him as Dog Cuck?
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot why. I think I told him, like, I fucked his dog or some shit.
What?
And, like, he watched or something, I don't know. He was on one of my teams a while ago, but he's like 4K. Lol.
God. Alright, sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good. But yeah, does that explain it?
Yeah, I mean, I think what you're basically getting at here is, like, that's how you bring about the aggressive mid-game earlier, is by playing a little greedier.
Yeah, it's kind of like you have a really good power spike, and you're trying to work before you get that power spike.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
So did you want to go over another one, or we could call it right here? It's about exactly 30, and I think that was pretty good.
Let's do the co-op one. This is a game that, it started off well, and then I think this is a good one to review, because it's like I started off real well, and then had a real easy matchup mid lane, and then like so Bloodseeker got a whole bunch. I think he was like 6-1 at 12 minutes, and then it was just kind of like I didn't know how to deal with it, even though I was ahead.
You good in
So
Aether Lens?
You what?
Aether Lens
Against Bloodseeker?
Yeah. You just get a fucking Aether Lens.
I can't tell if you're kidding or not.
You just get a fucking Aether Lens, dude. Oh, lol. Easy.
What? Wait, what? Is that bugged?
No.
Wait a second, so if you blink out of his ult, it doesn't do damage?
There's a certain amount of distance. I think, one sec. I thought you needed an Aether Lens to reach it. Okay, so you have to move, here, let me, yeah, lol. So, it checks every quarter second, and it's the exact range of your blink. So if you're, like, running and then blink, you'll be fine, it looks like. Am I blowing your mind here?
I'm questioning reality as I know it.
I wonder if that works with AM too. It should. No, AM needs an Aether Lens. Because his is, Quap's is 1300. AM's isn't. So AM needs an Aether Lens. See, this is how you get 6K, dude.
Okay, I just want to ask, like, how do you even learn or know that shit like this exists?
I've seen some stuff on it, but it's also knowing that this has a 1300 range, which is mostly so that you don't die when you TP out, but also shit like, I think the main way that I found it was I was looking into Wisp, and I wanted to know how far I would have to move somebody back to not have them take a fuck ton of rupture damage, but also be close enough that they can contribute to the fight. So it's just kind of like understanding mechanics and then like building upon them. So yeah, you just fucking take a step and you blink, dude. It's not complicated.
Alright. Well, we learned something today.
Yeah. If you learned anything there, it's take a step and blink.
Alright, my world just turned upside down. I don't know what to think right now.
I think I saw a video on somebody trying to say that Quap can, like, counter Bloodseeker, but you need, like, a Yules or something, so you can, like, blink and instantly Yules, but you just have to fucking take a half step and then blink. But you're gonna fuck it up, and you're just gonna die. So the creep blocking... maybe because you fucking suck at blocking, you should just go get the bounty rune instead, lol.
Yeah. I mean, ideally, what's supposed to happen is that your support blocks for you, but that doesn't happen in 3K.
Why are you getting a fucking raindrop? And why are you getting an extra null talisman against somebody that you completely zone out? And you have a damage advantage on.
Wait, let me look. Why did I actually buy that? Let me see.
You have 2 nulls. And then you... At 13 minutes, you never put the null back in your inventory, or you sell it. So you have 10 minutes of a null that doesn't actually really do much.
Right.
I think what it might be is you're just not confident with your last hitting and you're using it as a crutch of sort, because you've been doing it on both of the heroes that we've looked at today.
Yeah, that's part of it. That's true.
And it's kind of like, lol, get fucked.
And this is where it starts to hurt, because it's like 4 minutes in and I have 10 last hits.
Wait, what the fuck? How do you have 10 last hits here? What? I just kind of like assumed you weren't shit.
Don't do that.
Yeah, that guy's got a fucking Stegosaurus mount. Look at this shit. Why is she not looking at herself? Look at the Stegosaurus, dude.
That's pretty legit. Oh, wow, that's cool. Is that an expensive one?
I think it's like $3.
$3? That's all?
Yeah, I was looking at it before. I have like a $60 set that I just kind of like don't know where I got it from, and I don't know if I can sell it or not. So you have 20% of the last hits that you're gonna get so far. How have you not gotten 7 last hits in the next 3 minutes? Like, where did you just like stop getting last hits? Also, right here, I'd be dropping a branch and eating it, because you have to fly out the courier anyways to get another mango. And if you don't, you're just kind of gonna be zoned, or you're gonna miss a last hit to go eat a tree. Plus, the cooldown's 60 seconds, so it's not like you can just eat both of these instead. Your last hitting's like perfect so far, or at least like really good.
I think Earthshaker's gonna start rotating, and then I'm gonna be low without regen, and then I think I'm just gonna get denied, or I can't get up to last hit.
And you're not using your spaces very well. Like, you should have your Tango in your backpack. You should have your other Null in your or your inventory, I mean. I keep calling this a fucking backpack.
Was that guy invis, or was I
yeah,
just not
he has
paying
invis.
attention?
He had invis.
Okay.
But yeah, if
this is where I start missing.
Yeah, just imagine if you ate both of your branches. You would be near full health. Or like right now you'd be at like 400 health, and then this Tango would bring you up to like 700.
Oh, that's right, because I had to go back to base.
Make sure you
So
don't
yeah,
set up your quick buy though.
right. And that was a misclick. I'm not sure how exactly I ended up just blinking right next to where I was there. Unless it was just a panic.
Very nice, dude. You fucking confused the PA. I was gonna check because oftentimes, like, if you click like right here, if you like panic throw up there and then you blink and you have it on your portrait, that's a very common way for you to like go. If you like put it on the AM, you'll like blink up here when you have your mouse here, and then it's like, what the fuck? But there, you just kind of like clicked blink right there, so. I don't like the order that you did that in. Here you should bottle yourself, blink, and throw on your Shadow Strike, and then use your Scream. See how low he is from there, auto attack him down some, and you might be able to kill him without your Sonic Wave. Whereas when you commit this first, not only are you ensuring that this is going to be on cooldown no matter what, but you also, for one reason or another, might not get the kill. Like, what if an Earthshaker's like right here, and when you scream, he just blinks to the Earthshaker when you blink there, and you don't actually get anything done. So you should be blinking right here, Shadow Striking, screaming, and I'm pretty sure he dies without your ult. And then you can save your 300 damage nuke. Yeah, you wouldn't kill him without your scream, but you could have like screamed here instead. And it's just like a better percentage play.
See, so it's fuck. What did you say? I think you said blink, scream, dagger, and then chase, right?
Dagger would probably be better first because it has a slow on it. It's just the main point is doing this last. But yeah, blink, Shadow Strike, scream, or you probably want to auto attack and then scream while your auto attack's on cooldown, and then auto attack if you want to be like super next level with it, because that'll just like help you get more auto attacks in. Blink past him also, so like really far past him. Like you had all of this space to blink to. If you blunked like right there, and if you Shadow Striked first, he would have been 30% slowed the whole time, and this would have been ticking down for an extra like second or two. And actually, if you did all of that correctly, you might have been able to skip the ult. So go in, dagger, go in right here, dagger him, attack, scream, attack. And you would have got an extra auto attack on, you would have gotten another tick of this sooner, you would have slowed him longer, and I think if you did all of that, I'm pretty sure you don't need your Sonic Wave.
Right. And I could have easily, I think, gotten the dagger on him without blinking. I don't think he was paying attention. Like, he might not have had vision even. It's at night.
But yeah, like right now, you could have, if you had Scream right now, if your Scream wasn't on cooldown, you'd kill him again with your wand.
This is just some goon shit.
My favorite. Wait, let's go back to this. I like how, you, like, check if he's in here or not. Wait. Oh yeah, where'd the Bloodseed go? Where'd he go? Where is he?
What was I doing?
I don't fucking know. Raffle him out, dude? But yeah, like right now you would have had your treads already. And in like 3 minutes, we never see this null talisman again. Lol. Nice bottle, dude.
Thanks.
Why didn't you just fucking step blink, dude? You just don't bottle the DD, and then you just let this guy walk up and take your fucking bounty rune, and then you let him rupture you and you just blink out. Lol.
Yeah, not my best moment.
Like, you could have even just probably blinked up here, and then TP'd out.
Wonder if they'll remove that.
What?
Well, the blink mechanic for co-op to get out of rupture. Wonder if they'll keep it.
I mean, I think it's probably been like that for like 3 or 4 years. I don't think the range on either's been nerfed. I don't think it's a like popular mechanic though. Like, I've seen videos talking about how a co-op can get through Bloodseeker ult, but like it's having items and shit, not just like fucking taking a step and then blinking. And the reason that you want to take the step first is because it, how do I put it? So, okay, here, let me look up. Okay, so how the fuck does that work? What? I'm so confused how that works. The cast animation is 0.33 seconds, and the check for rupture is 0.25 seconds. But yeah, you're safest if you walk, blink, walk. You'll definitely take like 50 or 100 damage, but you'll not take the entire rupture update on your blink. But yeah, if you walk first, it makes you a lot less likely to have the rupture damage checked right when you're blinking, I think. I don't know if that's worded correctly, but all you need to know is walk, blink, walk, and you need to max. Need a max blink, so like put it like all the way over here if you're ruptured. Like the range is probably like right here. So you want to do it like farther than that just to make sure you get the max. Because if you miss like 20 range of the 1300, you're gonna take the full rupture. But yeah, so at this point, this null is never seen again for the rest of the game.
Yeah, it's kind of like right after you buy it.
Yeah.
It's fucking just taking up space.
And it probably got you like 1 or 2 last hits that you wouldn't have got. Whereas you could have got your treads sooner and then done more, and you would be almost at your second Oblivion.
Would have been a lot nicer to save my ult for this push.
You wouldn't really be able to do anything. Also, I kind of like the strength more. On Dota buff, it shows that they have about the same win rate. But it's like 200 health can mean you live. I guess it might be something like the 25 damage helps you one shot with Scream of Pain and one auto attack. I'm not too sure.
I think it just depends on the game.
Yeah, possibly.
I've seen, like, you know, in 6K pubs or whatever, I've seen people do both.
You motherfucker, you don't have your shit set up. What is this? Didn't we talk about
right.
this, you cuck?
No, we did a while ago.
Yeah, you need to set that shit up.
Okay, so what was it? It was, you have one slot that's a regular cast instead of a quick cast.
And that's where you put your TP scroll and you just double click it.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to try that right now. So, cast. Oh, wow, everything's quick cast. Whoopsie. Oh, that's right. Okay, so that's cast now. So then, well, I'm trying this in game right now, so...
Yeah, it's pretty careful, or it's pretty complex. You probably want to test it out in the lobby, right?
Okay, good.
Raffle? Did you even?
No, it was completely wasted. It was because, I didn't think he would take as much damage from Orchid as he did.
And you should be flying out your recipe. Because you can always just set the courier right here, or if you're fighting over here, you can finish it. Or at the very least, put the recipe on the courier.
Right.
I also would have much rather seen you kill this and go bottom. Is the A... or wait, no. Is this... what the fuck? I think I went too far back, maybe? Oh no, never mind, you're fine. You right, you Gucci.
You'll love this next part.
Watch. I like the part where you don't kill this guy.
Even better.
Well, the thing is with this, The most reliable way to find the Bloodseeker is to be looking at your mini-map rather than looking at your main map. Because his face is going to be a lot more obvious when you go up this hill than where he actually is. So if you're watching the mini-map instead, like, you can barely see this guy because he's up here, and you actually don't see him because you're looking over here. But if you're checking your mini-map when you went up this, like, he could be like, this is your player perspective, but like, he could be like right here or here or here or here, and you wouldn't see him at all, and then he could 1/10 of a second pop into the fog and you'd have no fucking clue where he is. But if you're watching the mini-map, you would instantly see that he's right here, and then you can blink over there. So that's just kind of like how I look for people, and I think it's a lot better. Like, you would have been able to kill him if you were looking at the
he was only showing for like less than a quarter of a second.
Yeah, but it was like enough that you saw him on the mini-map.
Right.
Is that what I was supposed to love?
Well, I thought that you would just flame me for not knowing where he went and checking the wrong place.
Lol.
But it's actually because he wasn't showing for long enough, sort of.
He was showing for long enough. Your method of finding him was just not the right one.
Right, exactly.
And I haven't really been paying attention to your movements. It's more of, because we got a good bit on the OD, and I don't want to like overload the lesson with a lot more like complicated stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just looking at like actual mistakes that you made that are like, oh, you could have just done this instead. Like, you could have just not been there because you're not actually going to stop this push.
Right, I was trying to aggro the creeps back, but then one bad dagger and then
that wouldn't even matter though.
You're fucked.
Your whole team's dead, and like, they can just tank the tower and not care about, like, no matter how low any of these guys get, you can't really do anything. And like, they can always drop the aggro onto the PA or the Slark, and then the Slark can run back into the... So there's... Unless they're like horrendously bad, you can't really do anything. And now you're just making it so, because you're probably the strongest hero on your team right now, they can't fight for another 50 seconds now. So what you did just cost you an extra racks.
Probably even the game, actually, I think. So that's... Yeah, it only goes on for 10 more minutes, and it's just like...
No, you lost the game when you bought a second Null Talisman.
Oh my.
Kappa.
Didn't realize it was that severe. So yeah.
Yeah, that definitely lost you the game. Part of it was like you just got fucking cucked because this guy is a basher and he bashed you, but... Yeah. So, do you have any final questions or anything? That's about right at an hour.
Nope, I think we're good. I'm gonna try out the OD build that you suggested, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I think something really good for you to do is also practicing your last hits without any items in the demo, because I think you're very reliant on that second Null Talisman when you could just be like more confident in your last hitting and not have to get it.
Right. Okay.
It's so I'm gonna stop recording.